It's the middle of April. It's already starting to feel like rainy season here when we get the overcast skies in the afternoon and then a shower. So I might get a shower in a bit. I'm just out to get some water and a couple of other essentials. So I was just reading, if they do continue the stay-at-home order here in Ho Chi Minh City, they will allow some businesses to reopen, but mostly like service-oriented businesses like banks, financial institutions, just service-type businesses like that, and then just the essential items only places. But the shopping malls and stuff like that will probably still be closed for a while, at least till the end of the month. All right. Essential items, water, beer, bananas, not exactly in that order. Well, it seems like most of us that are in Ho Chi Minh City right now are probably going to totally miss the hottest month of the year because we're going to end up being inside the whole time. And I would certainly bear the heat and the haze and the pollution and the afternoon rain showers if all this bad stuff would just go away. So I just got word a few minutes ago, the government has decided to extend the social distancing or stay-at-home order for another week in Ho Chi Minh, Danang, and Hanoi, and 9 other provinces. So we're going to take it 1 week at a time here, but that's the announcement just made. It's official. 1 more week at least of stay-at-home here in Ho Chi Minh. Well, here's some interesting statistics for you. This may not come as a shock or surprise to people that actually live in Ho Chi Minh City, but in the month of March, less traffic, but 33% more traffic accidents, 46% more deaths in the month of March. And that's according to the National Committee for Traffic Safety. And not a surprise, they attribute it to less traffic on the road because of COVID-19. So there you go, something to be said for this huge volume of traffic that normally moves through this big and crazy city here. Okay, so I have a very special dinner to share with you. So let's go and crack it open and see what we got here. Okay, back in the cave now, time to eat. And I've done a little bit of a splurge tonight. Well, this meal's about $7, something like that. But it's all vegan again. And I wanted to show you something. One of the reasons why I do this is kind of to share like this type of eating. I mean, this food is amazing. The vegan food is amazing here. And this Vietnamese style local stuff that's vegan is just like some of the best food you'll ever have. And I am not 100% vegan. I think I've mentioned that before, but most of my diet is vegan. I don't think that, you can just go 100% vegan from being a meat eater. I mean, maybe some people can do it. I think realistically, most people can't. So I'm kind of really more on the, hey, start eating some of this stuff. You don't have to eat it every day, 3 meals a day, but just try it. And then maybe eventually you'll get on mostly a vegan diet. But hey, if everybody that was eating meat right now ate 3 or 4 vegan meals a week or 5 vegan meals a week, make a huge difference right now. So these are square, they call them square spring rolls. That's on the menu, by the way, in case anybody wants to correct me, but there's probably a proper Vietnamese name, I know. But they're square. I mean, they have to cut them in half because they're too big, but these are really amazing. I think I only had these for the first time a year ago. And they do fry the skin, the outside, and inside it's a rice noodle and shredded vegetables. And you don't just, dip this in the sauce and eat it. You've got to wrap it with stuff. So they've given me some things to wrap it with. So some lettuce. So I'm going to tear a little piece of lettuce off here. And I'm just going to use my hand. I've tried, I mean, I think you can probably use chopsticks with this, but, I see lots of Vietnamese in restaurants just using their hand when they do stuff like this, so that's what I'm going to do. So you just take the lettuce and you put the spring roll in it, and then they've got, and I should probably, if I was in a restaurant, I would use chopsticks to do some of this work, but I'm just going to use my hands. They're clean. I just washed them for 2 happy birthdays. This is a little piece of star fruit. And this, I think, it's very astringent to me. It's sort of, I'm not exactly 100% sure what it is, but maybe if somebody's watching, they'd be able to tell. But it looks like eggplant to me. And it's very astringent, and which eggplant is when it's uncooked, which I guess kind of balances out sort of the juiciness. It's not fat, but just kind of the juiciness. And then, what have I got here? Oh, some herbs. So let's take a few of these herbs. Couple pieces that and put that in there, and then we're just going to take this, got a little bit of dipping sauce. I love the sauces here. Oh my god, been waiting for this for a while. I haven't had these, god, I don't know, maybe 8 months. First time I've had these in 8 months. I mean, these are so good. That is so amazing. The noodles kind of make it chewy, crunchy from some of the vegetables. Oh, that is really good. So I have an order of those. And the main course is this. You know what that is? Roasted vegan duck. Roast vegan duck. Now, I actually, to be honest with you, I don't care what they call it. It's not going to taste exactly like duck, okay? You can't do it with gluten or tofu or whatever. I mean, you can get the flavors similar, but with the texture, the crispy skin, all that stuff. I mean, I've eaten duck before. I know what it tastes like. I haven't had duck in 20 or 25 years. But I don't care. Like I said, whatever they want to call it, roast meat or whatever, but they call this roast duck. So, and there's some sauce with it. So I'm going to sort of plate a little bit of this and then show it to you. Okay. So I've got some of this duck, and it also comes with steamed bok choy plated. So I'm just going to angle this up to the camera here and sort of pour this sauce on slowly. This sauce has got star anise or anise in it. I think it's it smells like the 5 spice powder, you get in the Chinese stores. So I'm going to pour a little bit more sauce on that. They give you tons of sauce here, so I think I'm just going to sauce it right up here. Dredge it in this sauce. It's not a spicy sauce, by the way. It's oh yeah, very savory tasting. I think that helps with getting that duck flavor out. And the thing is, like, these fake meat dishes are never gonna taste exactly like the real thing. They can't. I mean, they're not made from animal fat. They're not an animal fat or an animal product. So, I mean, animal fat, just gives you that real unctuous taste, that umami, because fat carries flavor. So it's not going to have that kind of impression on you. I'd sort of compare it, or I guess the analogy would be it's kind of like an impression of what duck really is. It's not going to taste exactly like duck, but it's going to give you the impression of it. And to be honest with you, I don't care what they call it, but they got to call it something. Okay, so call it fake duck. But let's give this a try. I haven't had this in about a year. I like the other way they serve the vegan duck here, kind of like the traditional roast duck in Vietnam with these little buns, these little soft buns, and then you sort of wrap the duck in the soft buns, and they have a sauce for it, kind of similar to this one. Okay, let's just get this all tangled up here, and It's going to be a mess, but who cares? I'm just in the cave by myself sharing this with you. Okay, so we've got a nice big piece of duck sauced up with bok choy. Let's try this. Wow, that's really good. Chi's got a nice big mouthful of it with the sauce, the greens. No, it's really nice. And I think the sauce really helps give it that sort of impression of having like real duck. And this is a real treat. You know, I don't have these types of dishes too often, but you know, in Vietnam here, and particularly Ho Chi Minh City, which by the way is the culinary capital of Vietnam. This is just amazing. I love this. I love all the way they make these types of dishes here. I've had so many amazing vegan style meat dishes. I have to try this in front of you sometime, but I don't think the restaurant delivers. They might not even be open right now, but there's a vegan goat curry that they do with lemongrass, and it's amazing. But let me try one more piece of duck with lots of sauce, just the duck. Yeah, that's really good. Wow. One more thing, back to the square spring rolls for a sec. I don't think I used this in the first one that I made. So you take the lettuce, okay, and you also have some bun, some rice noodles, some white noodles here. I'm gonna just grab a little messy here. Just put a little bit of that here as well. Okay, and then it's falling everywhere, I don't care. Pick it up later. Little piece of star fruit. A little bit of this vegetable here. This really kind of astringent vegetable. Some sprig of herb here, some basil or mint, whatever it is. Probably basil. Something like that. Another one, let's do another one. And then we'll take spring roll. Square spring roll, look at that. That almost looks like a tofu skin. Okay, so just wrap it up here with the noodle. This will make a really chewy. Texture is just a big component of a really good cuisine, good variety. That's great. The noodles kind of help carry the flavor of everything as well. They kind of just absorb some of the vegetable flavors and stuff. It's great. God, I think I'm starting to get fat. I can kind of see it right here. I'm used to walking like 15 kilometers a day, so this is kind of insanity for me. But, you know, I'm willing to make that sacrifice if it's for the betterment of everybody, for the health of everybody and safety of everybody. And I know there's a lot of people out there making way more sacrifices than me that have been locked up, literally locked up or locked down for weeks and weeks. So we have at least one more week to go here, maybe a little bit more. We'll see how it goes. But I am grateful that I'm in the place where I am right now. Many of us do feel quite safe here. So thank you so much for watching. I want to thank Tom D for your generous support. As always, my friend, I really appreciate you and what you do to support me and the channel here and what I do. And I also want to thank Joe Tower for becoming a patron and joining my Patreon page and all the exclusive content that he'll have access to now. So thank you so much for your support. As always, there's 3 different ways to support me and the channel right now. Just check out the links in the video description below. Thank you so much. We're all thinking about you here, wherever you are, and especially me. We'll get through this.